Welcome back, everybody. We are here at Juicy Game Night. This is our second monthly of the year. I'm so excited to be here. We're going to be starting off with our Guilty Gear Strive pools. I am Chai.
And I am Saki Sakura. Welcome, welcome. If you're just tuning in now from all the other games and just coming back after your snack, we got some hype matches in Guilty Gear Strive. Let me tell you something. This bracket was probably by far the most stacked, considering that you have people from all over Florida coming down here in Orlando to go ahead and play some good Guilty Gear action. And speaking of some good gear, we have Marvello versus Dr. Dinosaur as our first match of tonight's broadcast.
Yeah, I'm going to be super excited for this match. It's going to be a little bit of Chip versus Zato. This is a pretty hard matchup for Zato.
Yes. Especially with the player, right? Like,
yes.
you got to deal with the matchup. Now you got to deal with the player as well, considering with Marvello, he's just been grinding and leveling up. I see him all the time on Twitter, how he mentions that like he takes a little bit of a break, focuses up on real life stuff, and then comes back into the game just so strong. And it's crazy with a character like Chip.
Yeah, he's a one of those players that really just kind of like really makes you think. And the fact that he's also playing Chip along with that is just like overdrive mode. Like you have to be so careful and picky with your options because Chip can just run in and just punish you just for whiffing something. And I think we're going to see a lot of just 5P, 2P from Dr. Dinosaur because it's really the only thing you can do in this matchup. But I feel like once you start to get, the Oki rolling with Eddie and everything, then you can start to turn the tides a little bit.
I couldn't agree more with you, right? So we're going to be hopping in, skipping those intros, going straight into Marvello. There you go, the 2P, like you mentioned. Some of those pokes coming into play, but there's that DP from Marvello and already starting up the Chip pressure.
Yeah, and getting that grab off as well, going to be able to pit Dr. Dinosaur all the way in the corner and another one as well.
Yeah, this is dangerous territory. We got a third grab, and Dr. Dinosaur not able to really contest these grabs right now. And this pressure, there it goes, that 5P, but Marvello with the little bit of a Roman cancel to see if probably a burst would come out, goes ahead and seals this first round.
Yeah, really good stuff there. He has another leader to work with as well. So, if he wanted to go for the double burst bait, it was definitely an option. But coming into our second game.
Oh, that is a great counter hit, and that does slow down and start up some nice pressure for Marvello, but does get caught by the Eddie and goes for the in by Hell. Once again, Eddie tries to go for an air-to-air, but not going to be able to do so.
Yeah, again, that pressure from the Rekka coming in, and Marvello going to be able to get the hit, and there goes the burst for Dr. Dinosaur.
Yeah, that was probably the best bet for Marvello, probably exactly why he went ahead and went for the dust. But there goes that DP with the counter hit, and already back into the mid-screen, going for the corner carry, and into the overdrive for the wall break, and then of course the hard knockdown when we get to that next side of the stage.
Yeah, we saw Marvello, again, the DP is doing a lot of work for him, and that's how he was able to get that hit in the first place, but how is Dr. Dinosaur going to be able to handle the pressure?
Oh, there goes Eddie coming through, but we do have a burst, and that is going to be it for Dr. Dinosaur as Marvello is going to take that first game.
Yeah, that was really clean. I really liked how Marvello was being able to run in and deal with Eddie just like that, using the DP, using those 5K and everything, really gets rid of him so quickly.
It's a great matchup knowledge, especially considering that most people don't really think about doing the DP during Zato's gapless streams. So definitely good stuff. There goes that burst already being used as Dr. Dinosaur tries to go in with Eddie. Eddie's still on, but we do get a counter hit from the jump in.
Oh man, the 6K is going to be able to open up Dr. Dinosaur, going to get the wall. Oh, but actually drops the combo. But it's all right. Still getting the wall break in the process. Good stuff from Marvello.
Let's go for the swipe here. Goes for the quick Roman cancel. Once again, this pressure. There goes the dash cancel, and we're going to see all of these staggers. Tries to go for the overhead, but then we get another overhead to follow up to boot.
Yeah, it's so scary. You had so much risk cranking up, pretty much almost being there at full, trying to utilize that FD just to minimize that, but unfortunately losing around regardless.
That 5K round start is such a low risk button. It's working out, but Marvello had enough meter to go into overdrive and get the wall break, and that is so much damage.
I was about to say, can we talk about how much damage that is doing right now?
It almost makes it seem like maybe Zato's the glass cannon character in these situations. And Dr. Dinosaur has to make some form of comeback. Goes for the blue RC, tries to burst beat, not going to be able to get it.
I really like the fuzzy mash too on the Rekka 3, but unfortunately, Marvelo answering back just with a Rekka 1, Rekka 2. That's going to be enough to kill just by itself. Second game going to Marvelo yet again.
Yeah, this is quite a predicament for Dr. Dinosaur. He's going to have to try to take this game at some point. I do like these small pickups. Marvelo's really trying to get that bait, burst bait to happen. And here we go. This is exactly what we want to see from Marvelo when he goes ahead, does the wall shatter, and we are now on hard knockdown mode for that safe jump.
We're going to have to eat all of this, and unfortunately not being able to catch out anything. Getting hit with the counter hit Rekka 3 is way more than enough to seal out the round for Marvelo.
Potential set point here for Marvelo. Dr. Dinosaur. Okay, we got Eddie off of the field. Good job from there from Marvelo. Dr. Dinosaur going to have all of that meter for Eddie to come back. Tries to go for the far slash, but not going to be able to. Brings out the parry, but look at that matchup knowledge at its finest. Just going to go ahead and grab Dr. Dinosaur through the parry.
That's such good recognition from Marvelo. You can tell he's definitely not unfamiliar with this matchup. Going to get the 6H, just going to get the wall break. You are one hit away from losing this game, but you have burst online.
Ooh!
Wow.
Very nice.
What a burst. What a burst. A clean 3-0 from Marvelo. Going to be moving on our winner's side in the pools. Good stuff to both players, though.
Yes.
Really?
Now, Marvelo is just, you talk about like characters and having to like be very much aware of the characters. Marvelo is the player that literally plays the character to its finest. And then of course, you know, just the matchup knowledge is just all in there. Really speaks a lot for the type of player that Marvelo is against Dr. Dinosaur. And Dr. Dinosaur, again, those were just so many moments where I think he was even caught off guard at the fact that there was like those DPs that went ahead and got counter hit, and then it's almost like that's like a shatter into the game plan out of everything, and you kind of have to reestablish, okay, what do I do next? But that's where the labbing comes into play.
So you see a lot of the situations too, like post wall break on that last game, you are like, you know, below 30% HP, you have no eddy meter, you have no tension gauge, you have pretty much nothing left to work with, and you have a positive bonus chip running at you. It's like, it almost seems hopeless at that point.
It's
right?
very scary. Also, the damage too was quite crazy. I mean, we were talking about it a little bit earlier when we mentioned it. It almost seemed like the glass cannon in this particular matchup was the Zato.
That's true. That is very true. However, speaking of glass cannons, we have pretty much the opposite of that coming up on the board right now. We're going to have Aboii versus 4-face buttons. Now, let me tell you, what is this going to be? Potemkin versus May?
Yeah, so I actually kind of want to give a little bit of the story. This is actually kind of interesting. So 4-face buttons, shout outs to Flynn's Gaming. Of course, they're sponsoring 4-face here. Interesting enough, I saw his first match. He was very frustrated at the Happy Chaos that he fought, which was Butter Punch.
Oh, yeah.
Made the reverse 3-0 and has just been
really?
on a rampage since then. It is incredible to see this man. Also recently coming back from EVO Japan as well, placing and doing very well over there on the overseas side of things. And then, of course, we talk about May and Potemkin. What a character matchup.
Yeah, you know, it's going to be wild to see. I think we're going to see a little bit of chaos just because of the damage potential from May, but on the other hand, you have the guts from Potemkin. Yes. Also, just the matter of fact of just like the command grab existing. It can act as a threat just by itself, but I think we're going to see a lot of May in the air in this matchup.
So I do want to mention, you definitely said something that was pretty key here is the guts. But it's crazy how May, even with that in mind, still is able to deal enough damage to do a 1KO with given enough situation and setup. That is just how scary that character is. So even with that in mind, we're going to see some explosive matchup happening, and it's going to go down, and it is Potemkin versus May. We're going to go ahead and get the eagle on the screen as we're going to see these two really duke it out.
Yeah, and I'm really interested to see what the round start is going to be as well, because I feel like May has like pretty much the advantage in like every single situation in this round start. Potemkin having some pretty slow buttons, so you know, throwing it out there, you could get punished. But on the other hand, if you correctly guess, you could just start running it down.
This does appear to be a button check, so we're going to wait just a little bit just to make sure everything is looking good. It's so crazy how you come from like PC and then you come into locals and into consoles. You gotta always make sure you check your buttons, especially when you think about how like in PC you have to actually tap twice and then you come on console and you only have to do it once. So yeah.
Every single time I come to the locals, I'm just like, oh yeah, I don't have to do that now. Oh man, we got a trophy on the board.
That's the best. That's how you know a console is just chef's kiss fresh off of the the factory settings.
Untainted, uncontaminated, it's ready. Yeah, I'm again so excited for this. Now this is the real eagle. I wonder how many of these they have in the house. They must got a lot of birds in there. Aviator lover, anyways.
We need a bird character, like just simply focused on summoning the eagles.
Yeah, right? Oh man, maybe we'll have a summon character like that too. I'm ready for another puppet character. I guess we have Testament Crow.
Well, that's true, actually. Now that I think about it, we do have Crow. But there we go, already starting off with the Hammerhead right on the boot. And that is some guard break, just getting it done right now.
5H for May acting kind of like an anti-air, bringing it back to the ground with the gold burst. All of a sudden, it's so scary.
Yeah, what's really scary too about May is she just has so much versatility in the air, and honestly, this is pretty much burst safe for face buttons right now. Going to be able to break the wall. Not going to use the super here because, again, enough damage, and you want to have that meter for later, right? So.
Yeah, and I actually really like that decision because I was just going to say getting this next hit could be enough to kill. You're going to have positive bonus. Not going to be able to build up all the meter, but again, just having positive bonus again after this wall break can mean so much.
Oh, that's a pop buster, and that's going to hurt, but no meter to continue it. That is actually a great response there from Aboii, but the throw.
Just a run up throw, you know, seeing that the negative is turning up and grabbing it. Man, good stuff from face buttons.
Very good stuff. Also to note too, when that armor happens, so we do have a go burst now. Gonna bring out that wall. That wall, I hate that wall so much. Look at this, just look, it doesn't disappear. This is all damage for Aboii. A perfect scenario to really complete it.
Oh, and the GD is gonna be, unfortunately, gonna miss that 2H hit.
Oh, that was a mega fist that got counter hitted like no nights tomorrow.
And again, awesome to see that meter, and it's okay to see that because the next hit would be the death of this character, and there it is! 4 face buttons taking the first round of this set. Man, talk about explosive gameplay.
We did mention it before we were going to start that we were going to see a back and forth like you would never think about. And that slide is also just so potent. It's very hard to react, but we got a gold burst again from 4 face buttons. And that was a great anti-air from Aboii.
Yeah, that's the third gold burst, by the way, that we've seen this set between both players, and the Hammerfall gonna take it out.
Ooh, there goes the Orca, but he blocks it and able to block everything following after it. What great defense. Oh, but getting caught in the throw.
Yeah, he's running for the 3K and actually playing out the gold burst. Unfortunately, doesn't get the punish, but Aboii turning it around just with the throw, but misses the pot buster. And again, 4 face buttons. Really good
I like the usage of trying to get the armor, but you do have to be careful because that can lead into some counter hit situations. Does get the air grab from the purple RC. This is not a position you want to be. Tries to anti-air, but not going to be able to get it. Oh, but there goes another throw into the OTG.
Yeah, it is just enough to kill Aboii with both characters being at pretty much 1 HP.
What a clutch, though. That's what I'm talking about 4 face buttons, as crazy as it sounds. He just has this cool, calm collectiveness to everything that even when that HP is just down, he can make it come back.
Yeah, this is such a good conversion roll, but unfortunately, this is the next conversion. Into the 2K too deep to get the flick off in the corner. Oh my gosh, the pressure is mounting.
This is not a good place right now, but we have seen 4 face buttons get out of here. Tries to do an anti-air attempt, but not going to be successful at that either. Does avoid the slam and actually able to back off just a bit. And there's that counter hit.
The 2H counter hit. It's going to be so much damage. It's going to call in the whale to break the wall. This is so much damage. I still wasn't expecting that much even off of that as well.
This is not good right now for Aboii, but is able to get the counter hit. Not going to continue as it is not enough to kill. But there goes that. We do have a burst in place, but this is a pretty... Oh no! Able to get the burst off of the last hit.
That was nice flick, being able to reflect the ball, but the jump in from 4 face buttons that made JH so hard to avoid.
You can tell both of them are just like trying to take deep breaths from that. I'm trying to take deep breaths from that.
Yeah, and you know, it's so interesting to see like what is happening. Like I said, like I was expecting just chaos, and I like going back to the character select here because it's been so chaotic in this gameplay. You really need to take a moment. Wait a second.
Do we have a Bedman?
Wait a second.
We do!
Oh my goodness. I'm
Listen,
excited now.
go down swinging. Go down swinging. This is a great opportunity, by the way, to actually establish how we're going to commentate Bedman's actual inputs. This is great.
Yeah, no, I'm super excited for this. I have yet to commentate a Bedman match, and
Let's
this is
go.
a prime opportunity for this. I am so excited. I'm ready for the plus frames. I'm ready for the guard crushes. What do you see, Delilah? I love my girl.
I love her too. She's awesome. She's just, the whole character is really cool. What's going to be really crucial here, though, for Aboii is to get that round start to start up the pressure. That's where it's going to be very crucial. We do have the dash in and going for the jump H, but not going to be able to succeed here. We have a 5P, though.
Yeah, the 5P hits so high in the air. It looks like he's able to hit main. Getting that counter hit.
Oh, there's that jump H. That is such a good button because of how many times it hits. But once again, 4-face buttons is just able to anti-air and actually launch. And it's a burst safe combo, too.
Yeah, and you just saw both face buttons just kind of sitting there waiting for it. You don't really have to do anything but block. It wasn't even close enough to block. That's how high in the air.
Yeah, this is where Batman does struggle, but we do have some follow-ups, and we do have his Air 6E already loaded up, and this is pressure. Look at this. Not going to be able to wall break, but we do get the safe jumps into the counter hit, and bam, we're already under the other side of the stage.
Yeah, the Batman pressure is definitely no whatsoever in the 2H coming out. And wow, focus buttons actually just running up and grabbing. We see that a lot throughout both sets so far. Going for the start 6H, that's going to be a positive bonus, but Aboii, absolutely.
We have, we went ahead and using the purple RC, and we actually have that Air 6E follow-up. It's going to try to get that horizontal blast YRC to keep the defense. You're going to have to be careful here, though, as you're going to try to have to get out of the situation and actually start up the Bedman offense. But unfortunately, 4-face actually able to go ahead and launch with the red RC upwards. But we do have Aboii trying to make that comeback with the gold burst from there.
Again, yet again, in the 3K is what is going to seal it out. Good stuff from 4-face buttons. I think it's that mustache power-up.
It's honestly, I think so too. It's the May sweater as well as the mustache that just makes it peak, right?
Yeah, that peak gameplay, you get the most power as possible. Very good stuff. The score might have said differently, but man, that was just such exciting matches to watch.
Couldn't agree more with you there. I did like the attempt on the Bedman, but I think when we look at how such a strong round start and defense and offense from Potemkin compared to this newer character that we're still just trying to discover what this character is all about, it's going to be a little bit tough.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a little tough, and that also gives you an opportunity to really take advantage of knowledge checks as well.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see that coming in a lot more as Bedman starts to, progress a little bit more in the meta, as people start to learn more things. I'm ready to see what the combo fiends can do with this character. Something I think is really underrated is install. I think it's so good.
It's not like Kai's install where you can at least push off or get a guard break here and there, which I have a feeling that's one of the things they're going to touch, is that if you're close enough, you're going to be able to do that. But I also have a feeling that just like they did with Testament, they're going to actually work on Batman's normals so that the round starts can be a little bit stronger, because that's where the character is lying the most weak at the moment based on so far 2 weeks of gameplay, right?
Yeah.
So there's of course more to become, but like you said, it's really the combo monsters that are gonna make that character for sure a quite terrifying character.
I'm ready to see an actual pretty good use case besides Ogi for the charge 236H.
Yes. That's the other thing that we also have to kind of keep in mind. Not everything connects from those follow-ups, right? You're gonna have to be really good in your placements to be able to connect many of Bedman's specials from the normals, and I think that's another thing that they're gonna take a look at too.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how this character progresses. Again, it's too early to tell really what's gonna happen, but it makes me excited to see just what is possible.
Now this next match is actually very fun to watch. So this is going to be Zintai versus Terb. Now, while Zintai Florida native as well, Central, I believe, does have a couple of characters, Baiken and Axel being the two most well known for. We do have Terb, who's the Potemkin of South Florida.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
Oh.
this is another Potemkin match.
This is going to be really interesting. I feel like this matchup is extremely tough. For Potemkin. Axel, Potemkin, man, it's going to be hard.
Axel, Baiken, I mean, this is just it's going to be another explosive damage, especially now with Axel's changes, right? Axel has this like very good optimal, I would say even from beta damage. Like, you know, when he first came out in the beta, he had all of these combos. They took it away from him a little bit, and then they kind of brought it back where he's just really, really well done. But we maybe get a Bedman, maybe?
Bedman? Wait, so all the Potemkin players are playing Bedman now? Is that what you're telling
I think
me?
this is actually on the side of Zintai.
Oh, wait,
Yeah.
I didn't see that. Oh, wow, you're right.
Might be.
Oh. Well, you know, if all goes wrong, let's assume the worst. You still have those two other characters in your pocket, but, you know, a player of Zintai's caliber and being able to lap out all those things, I'm not going to count the Bedman out immediately. I'm actually really excited.
Are we going to
see.
listen to the circle? Yes, we
Oh,
are!
here we go.
I don't care what anyone says. I am enjoying that song.
Yeah, you know what? It's new. Oh, no, just kidding. He's going on Axel. But at least we still have the circle.
We do. We have the Bedman stage and we have the circle stage. So
Yep.
you know what? It works out.
That's a
It's
lot
fine.
of representation. You love to see it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, are they going to do a button check or just going to hop right into it?
Knowing these two, they might be hopping it straight forward, but we'll give them a second to double check.
Yeah.
Both of them are just getting comfy after all.
Yeah, of course, hopping into their first game, they're going to have to kind of limit test what they can do and throw those pokes out, see what's going to happen.
Yeah, we are going to be just going ahead and starting it right in. Going for the 5K punish after the hammerhead, and Zintai already starting it. That is a multi-hit move with the startup of the ground pound.
And the pressure coming on with Snail and everything. Snail, again, just doing so much work for Zintai right now until he does the ring water.
That was a great purple RC into the 6P. And this is just classic Zintai, right? Just going ahead, playing this full screen game. It's Terb that has to come in closer. Has to be able to actually close in on Zintai and start up pressure. And there was that chance almost, but we are still in this full screen position.
Yeah, and this is really what it would be, except if you call out something with the camera fault. You're going to go forward, and baiting the burst in the Axel Bomber. Going to seal out the round for Zintai.
Can I just mention the little fairy like in the background just like trying to circle the pinwheels, like adorable.
Oh, that's actually really cute. I didn't notice that before. They're producing some potions on here. Right now, Zintai is producing these normals in front of Herb's face. Not being able to do a whole lot about it.
Yep, and there goes that last bomb. There we do actually try to throw back the projectile this time. Terb going for the armor and actually starting up. Did try to actually go for the burst bait. It worked this time as it was a first safe combo, but not able to actually close in. We do get a counter hit from the Mega Fist.
Mega Fist is able to open up, but Zintai blocking it, being able to punish with the 5K snail. We're back in the situation. That's going to be a free punish as well. With hand grab, Terb being ultra aware.
Yeah, this is a very, very tough matchup for Potemkin. Mostly because, one, you can't really dash in. You do have that slow dash that you have to actually like move forward, which is the slide. And then on top of all of that, you're also so limited that you're not going to be able to fully get closer until you do, for example, Mega Fist in the counter hit state.
Yeah, and it's really interesting to see too, because I think Axel doing like throwing out something like that does a little bit, but
oh, that's a Potemkin buster!
Yeah, it really is that 2H. BRC, okay, nice.
I love that blue RC from the dash cancel. Going for the backdash, but no, not going to be able to get the grab going forward.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you have to do against Hammerfall to break that armor. And that's going to be it. The 2H sitting out their own for Terb. A really nice answer back from the first game.
Yeah, there's some really good adaptions happening right now from Terb that we weren't seeing in this first game, and we are seeing it now. Trying to get this guard breakdown from the slam. There we go. Gets the counter hit from the hammerhead.
Staying ultra patient and Zintai actually getting his life.
Ooh, that was so good of a block there from Terb to avoid the gold burst.
Nice. Now you have a lucky situation. And try and play patient, but unfortunately the snap when I catch it out. Just going for it with a hammer ball. And Finds a hammer fall. Garuda impact.
Oh, that was such a... Yes, like, that's the scary part about Potemkin is that he can walk up and make you think twice about your guessing game. Does try to grab Zintai, but not going to be able to.
Yeah, it's actually really hard to react to the rainwater. No, actually, did not get the armor broken because of the PRC, I think, or maybe there was no second hit. Now you see the Axel zoning coming to play here.
Oh, there's that second hit going through the armor into the TK, and we do get the 5K for the Ender.
Yeah, and Zintai, again, with his own adaptation as well. I think he's like a little bit more in that zoning situation. Keep pressing the buttons. You don't want to let it go.
That is a good usage of the vacuum to bring in. We do get another Potemkin Buster. This is going to go great for Terb as this sets up a really nice, pretty much block pressure right now. Does try to grab with the Gold Burst from Zintai, and we do have the purple RC. And once again, purple into purple, and Zintai's the winner from that interaction.
Looks like they're rapes out here. I don't know what is going on. It's just purple everywhere. Oh my goodness.
Terb trying to go in, but not going to be able to, as Zintai has just been blocking the air all this time. Tries to go for the Potemkin Buster and go for the cancel earlier, but it didn't come out. And then this purple back to purple RC just wasn't the play here for Terb, trying to avoid that command grab.
Oh, he tries to go with another. And then the 2-8 from Zintai catching out. I don't know what Terb was trying to do. Wasn't blocking, that's for sure though.
Yeah, Terb is definitely a little bit frustrated at this, but sometimes you gotta have to take that deep breath and get that sip of Red Bull, Herbz case, and then hop right back into the fray.
Yeah, they're taking a very, very small break and jumping it back into the game. This is like the typical stuff that you want to see from Axel, just throwing out the buttons.
Yeah, this is a great obstacle course by Zintai right now to stop Terb from coming in. We do get the counter hit, and this is a great startup. This is a lot of damage too. Does try to call out the Gold Burst this time, but wasn't able to and still loses the corner opportunity.
Yeah, I like it from Terb. You have to. Oh no, tries to go for another flick, but the command grab call out from Zintai to seal it out.
This is potential set point here for Zintai.
Again, flicks are just so clutch coming up from Terb. You have to prevent any amount of chip damage as you can, especially when it's so hard to get in against this character.
What's crazy is look at Potemkin's health right now, and that has just been from all that chip damage and one or two hits that has happened in the background. And we did get the punish from the flick, but still Terb is just trying. But there goes the super. Zintai actually waiting patiently and now able to get that hard knockdown and continue the obstacle course with the sickles.
I really like the quick pace of gameplay that Zintai had there. Instead of going for the zoning, he did go. Oh, that was about to be a sick conversion. You do have burst, but you're too far away to correctly utilize it. Zintai realizing it and just throwing out the normal.
Yeah, that is a very, very difficult matchup. And again, future Potemkin players, that's what awaits you when you are playing against a very good Axel. It is very tough for you to try to get into this matchup and actually start up your game plan, especially with someone who just literally invalidates everything.
Yeah, like Axel just has so many options. Like you are able to just throw out 5P to be able to like beat the flick option that we see Terb going for sometimes, and then you have the chain that can break the armor and everything. It's pretty much a full screen RPS that you have to deal with, and you don't see that with a lot of matchups in this game.
No, you really, really don't. And honestly, when we look back and forth at how those interactions really came down to the wire, has been really just the gold burst, right? We saw so many gold bursts happening. A little bit kind of like a repeat from the last match, but this time it's really been all Zintai that was just able to get all the gold bursts and have all that meter to work with. So really good.
It's going to be super exciting. And then our next match coming up. Now this is a match that
I love both these players.
Oh yeah, for sure. You know, Marvello, or I was talking about Scambolini actually, since he's from here.
Yes.
Being from the Central Florida scene, of course, a pretty well-known Kai player, always coming out to the Juicy Weeklies. We actually had a time period where Scambolini was winning like every single weekly, like back after back after back, to the point where we were like, okay, we need to put a bounty on this guy because this is too much.
Scambolini is just one of those Kai players. So I actually was really honored to kind of get to know a little bit more about Scambolini from DreamHack Atlanta, and then I've just been able to like see the progress that he just keeps up with from DreamHack to all of the tournaments that he's been playing. He plays in my own Sakura Shrines as well, and honestly, he's just the Kai player. He plays this character so well, and I think with Marvelo as his opponent, this is a great test to see if the matchup or the player comes down.
Yeah, I am. Again, I keep saying it. It's just all of these matches have been so great so far, and I think this one is definitely going to be one for the books. And this is still pools, by the way. This is, I think, saying to where who will be in our top 8, at least on winner's side.
Yes, I believe you're actually right, because we have about this match and one more match before we head to top 8.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's still pretty good. And looking at Scambolini and Marvelo, they just, the potential to get them into top 8 regardless what happens is still really well.
Yeah, so this is definitely going to be, I just know it's going to be a back and forth set. I'm ready to see how both players utilize their matchup knowledge. I'm ready to see the DPs from Scambolini because that's something that he is known for.
The Dragon install, I think he does Dragon install more than like any other Kai player, I feel like.
Oh yeah. And it's definitely something you want to see too, especially with the changes that they made where Sacred Edge is now able to guard break. Actually, even when you're in Dragon install or if they have something.
Already starting off with the 2T. Bring it out, gets the 2S, but we do have Shock State no longer applied on Marvelo.
Just the neutral and the DPs, we were just talking about it. Gotta go ahead and just throw it out immediately in this matchup. Scambolini successfully blocking it, but not blocking the 5 or the JH corner of the 7. Scary.
That stagger and delay. Oh my goodness, that was very smart there from Marvelo. Could be able to break the wall and head on to the other side of this stage and goes for the safe jump, just backs up just a little bit and goes under the Fuda arc.
Yeah, that was a really good IPF from Scambolini as well to trying to get Marvelo away, but the back dash being caught out from the outplay.
Here goes the 2K into the Shock State, and we are going for the grab. Tries to get the dash cancel. We do get that tech there from Marvelo, and there's this side switch where Marvelo's just going to be blasting here into this corner.
Yeah, and Scambolini getting his grab caught out there, or sorry, his DP caught out by the grab. And first baiting is situation. Scambolini gonna check the run up with the 2K.
Very good burst there. I do agree with it, but we do have that 5P going ahead and trying to connect. It does drop the combo at the end before the reset. And we do get the pickup here for Marvelo to get the first game.
Yeah, a pretty quick first game from Marvelo is what I did want to say, and it kind of goes hand in hand with how quick Chip plays the game really well. We'll see if Scambolini is going to be able to answer back in quick succession himself.
Now this is a character, of course, that while very good compared to Chip, Chip is the one with the faster normals. It's a lot more quick paced, as you mentioned before. What a cross up, though. I definitely got hit there.
That was a really good shot, just throwing out the far slash, you see both coming out. I like the zoning that Scambolini is using with
I do agree with you there, too, as well. Does have to burst to avoid.
That's 16.
Okay. Okay, Keys K fans, 6B, understood it.
Yeah, and a nice jump out of the corner there. And he has the meter to super as well. This Chip has never been more dead.
That's so very true.
Yeah, a good answer back from Scambolini. Let's see if he can carry that momentum into the second round.
I like that dash up 2K, 2P to stop the round start from Marvelo.
That's
okay.
I like it.
That DP just whipping through Chip's line.
Yeah, that was actually a really cool combo from Scambolini as well. Getting the fast RC out. Was a breaking combo as well. Oh my, I thought that hit for a second.
I thought that hit too, but that was a great block from Marvelo, but instead Scambolini's just going to tie it up 1-1. What a crazy amount of change that Scambolini just showed in that matchup.
Yeah, Scambolini, you know, with the lightning crest that Scambolini has, being able to have a lightning fast game back as well. So they see the burst already off the table. Sometimes you have to be so wary of, especially against Chip, because you don't want to let him get that pressure started like Marvelo is doing right now.
Yeah, this is a full screen corner carry that's going to lead into the wall shatter. And right now, Marvelo's sitting pretty with a lot of damage done onto Scambolini. That was a great chest block to try to avoid it.
Yeah, going up with the 6K to get those plus things in, checking the run in with 2K.
That is a great bar slash stagger, great fast RC. The blue RC, we do get the overhead though, catching Scambolini off guard.
Yeah, I really like that option a lot from Marvelo just because he had so much risk cranked up.
Trying to burst bait and did end up having to do the reset, but honestly, it's worth the risk, right? You know, if you get the burst, that's a great closeout round, but okay, there we go.
Really good burst bait as well from Marvelo, just kind of sitting there waiting, playing the pressure in the corner with Chip, but nice blocks.
Ooh, that was a great grab there from the jump in, and we do avoid the grab from Marvelo, and wall break again with Ride Politely.
Yeah, this is a scary situation because, again, the next hit could mean death, whatever it is, and it's going to be the grab. Chip having such low health as well, I wasn't actually sure if that was going to kill, but it was just enough. That's our 5H?
I think that was on purpose because, again, Scambolini has showed that he's been able to poke Marvelo out of the round start, and Marvelo starts really well in rounds.
Yep, and I like going for the quick record cancels there to go for the overhead. Nice tech. Yeah, gosh, just watching Chip.
No punish off a stun dipper, probably was expecting to be covered by the meter, but there it goes. We do have the side switch from the red RC, and what a combo! The OTG part of it actually able to wall shatter, and this is not a lot of health for Marvelo to work with. Does insta block.
Oh my gosh, just whipping the 2Ks right in front of his face. And,
oh, the DP!
This is so tense. Neither's going to have enough meter to convert, but then Marvelo gets just enough off of the Rekkas, taking the third game of the set. Man, what a close, tense situation. That could have gone either way at any second. They're giving me my heart rate, which is so high right now.
Chip, when you're so low on health, but you're so close to winning, there's always that urge to try to press a button and stop Chip's trap. The problem is that you forget that, you know, what Marvelo is doing is inside your head. He knows what you're trying to do. But Scambolini, though, gonna get this wall shatter once again, and already with a significant health lead, can really sit pretty here and not have to worry. There goes the stun dipper, not gonna be able to connect because it was too far, but, you know, it doesn't matter. We got it.
Yeah, the counter hit, run up 2H, just waiting for Marvelo to do something and just calling out that he was gonna put something there and steal out the round. Now we're back to this kind of like neutral situation. Recognizing this, throwing out the whiff into the punish.
That whiff 5P works so well to go for the grab. I love that purple RC, but it's not going to be able to really get much out of it as Marvelo's the one that's coming out on top. And again, this full screen corner carry.
Yeah, and Chip was able to do that just off of 3 guesses in the early, and it just shows you just how much momentum matters to this character. And the second hit of JH actually whiffs. Goes for the mix again, the cross up. Man, that's so hard to see.
Potential set point here for Marvelo, and pretty much one round away from getting into the winner's side of top 8.
I like the first bait coming out from Marvelo. Recognizing the HDT coming out, going to be able to break. Actually goes for a reset in the corner.
This is a fantastic reset too, getting the grab and then going into the overdrive. I think this kills.
I think he's actually alive by 1 HP.
Oh yeah, you're right. About 10% left there for Scambolini. Has to use the purple RC, blue RC rather, but the DP on Scambolini. And Marvelo is in your top 8 side for this Juicy's monthly.
Really, really good stuff from Marvelo, and I wanted to also give props to Scambolini for being able to handle a lot of the situations, but unfortunately it just barely was not enough to squeeze it out in the end. Man.
It's tough.
No, it is.
It's a very tough matchup when you're just playing against someone that really is trying to cross you up. And honestly, Scambolini did a fantastic job. Had the right ideas and the right amount of plays, but you know, at some point you have to ask, when you're staggering too much, you know, what's like the opportunity to actually start pressuring and continue that pressure. And that's where, you know, as Kai players, they're definitely going to have that struggle, because regardless of all the shock states that you're applying and all that, it's tough.
And it's really tough. And of course, that stagger pressure like you're talking about, Chip just being able to Aboii that with like a 4-frame button all the time, it's very difficult to deal with. You really have to try and call out those kind of things with like a frame trap or something like that. But in the end, you know, it's just not enough.
Also, too, with Chip and rather Marbella being so good at being optimized, comes down to play quite a bit actually. So yeah, definitely good stuff. Now we do have a return here. This is going to be 4-face buttons versus Herbz. This is a good match.
Oh, what are these characters going to be? I'm actually not sure.
So of course we know about 4-face buttons being the main. Herbz is Jacko.
Oh, Jacko.
We see this match happen quite often in Flynn's Gaming's locals down in South Florida. This is quite the back and forth between these two. They train with each other. So already, right, going into the match, you're going to see like layers 10 probably.
Oh, I'm ready to see that. Of course, seeing these matches with your sparring partners, you start to see kind of like very niche situations where you're like, I wonder why they reacted that way, or I wonder why they reacted with this option. It really goes to show that it's more of a player-specific matchup more so than a character-specific matchup. Of course, it still comes into play. But like you said, when it comes down to like that layer 10 with your sparring partner.
It's so funny because I'm in the same boat as Herbz, because Herbz is also my sparring partner. And the thing is that like when we play, you can tell that we know this matchup already. We're not playing the matchup, we're playing the player. And it's so noting to like see the how these players can really face. And again, not to mention that they're sparring partners, but this is a matchup we see usually during grand finals or around this time, of course. But this is going to be a button check for these two. So, you know, more time to just talk about how Mei versus Jacko is.
Yeah, honestly, this is a matchup that I am not super familiar with. I feel like Mei has a pretty decent amount of options to be able to deal with minions, and also her having such strong air options, she's going to be able to kind of avoid them and just like by jumping around, you know, maybe up dolphin, maybe just like super jump, JH, stuff like that. But yeah, I wonder, do you know anything about it either?
Oh yeah, well with Jacko just alone, that's a character that the way Herbz plays her is very much like options are all covered. There's also the defensive minion mechanism that we have to kind of keep in mind of. That can really help Jacko in these types of situations. Herbz is also someone that does a lot of like, I would say, like safe jumps and scenarios where you really can't DP, you can't grab, you can't, like he has those frames so tight that like you're not going to be able to try to make like those comebacks happen, right? So while these two are button checking, again, this is going to be quite an insane match as you're going to see. Also, I think too, we just have to kind of keep in mind the damage output that Mei gives, right? That's a big factor against a character like Jacko, who's like pretty glass cannon.
Yeah, I would say so as well, but she is just so good at applying that pressure just with the minions. And once you especially get all the way to the corner and you have like one or at least like two minions set up in the corner, you're just like, oh my gosh, what do I do? If I FD, I can't do YRC anymore. And it's like I have to try and just block what's going to happen. There's so many layers, you know, just within the game itself. And then coming back to the player matchup as well, it's like, what are the options going to be?
I love this color for Jacko because the third minion is so like derpy looking. He just has like the cutest little eyes and he's just like, yes, I'm your little punk chump.
I have actually never seen. I'm excited to see it now because I've never seen it before.
It's like the most cutest eyes ever. Like, it's just so adorable because he just looks at Jacko. He's like, I did good, right? I did good.
That is so funny to see. Oh my goodness. I wonder, so the round start for these characters.
Yes, 2D.
2D. Oh, you're right. How could I forget?
Watch, that's gonna be a 2D, and I'm gonna guess that it's gonna be a dolphin at the start.
Yeah, but two pretty common options. I'm not sure how I even forgot about 2D when it's like the round star, like the
It's
round
such
start
a
of all
good
time.
forward advancing move for Jacko.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of annoying because it's one of those moves that you're like, you can't really, like, it goes into it so well, especially when she does minions, so.
Yeah.
Oh!
Layer
I
10.
was just so close. But it was layer 10. And we are, oh, actually, Herbz actually able to get out of the stun state and be able to avoid the command grab that 4-face buttons was trying to go for.
Yep, and I do like the immediate burst as well from 4-face buttons because you don't really let Jacko get started, but fortunately. Whoa!
Nice backdash. That would have been very dangerous for 4-face buttons, but we are going to continue this combo. Beautiful burst here. Wasn't going to be able to keep it safe. And we get the anti-air with the ball chain, and the minion stops the dolphin.
Yep, going now, and you're just gonna go ahead right into the super wall break, and you're gonna have another meter available immediately to work with.
This was smart. This was
it.
actually smart because what happens is that now this is a reset potential for Herbz to continue pressure, and look, that's the round.
I really like that. I didn't think they were gonna do the RC there, but of course, being able to still apply that pressure when you have minions available, so smart. Lovely defense.
It's a great usage of Elysian Driver, while also keeping in mind that that's not exactly something you want to wall break without your minions, right? So Herbz is doing fantastic, and the minion protecting Jacko here. While Herbz is getting closer to the corner, does try to summon the defense, but this is going to hurt him big time.
Yeah, and tries to bait out some kind of like, probably a grab there with an IED back JH. You're gonna have a meter with both characters on the second. PRC, but a PRC.
Great PRC, like you mentioned. And look, this is perfect for Jacko. Once again, burst happening. We're going to take away that meter of minions and has to wait for the minions to come back.
Ooh! And I really like the grab. That's going to be enough kill, actually.
Yeah, this is definitely going to kill. This is Jacko.
Yeah, and you know, the burst is coming back online, but at that point, I feel like it's not even worth it. You definitely need to save that for the last round, especially against May, when her damage potential is so much more than just that grab combo.
That was a great delay on the serve and kick as well. Once again, beautiful. Actually able to get out of that stun state and backdash, catching 4-face buttons off guard.
Yeah, I'm going for the the 5 unfortunately not going to be able to do anything off of it. The 2K coming out from May as well. This is just neutral.
Yeah, this is pure neutral. Oh, but the burst getting baited with the purple RC. And this is going to hurt a lot, but not going to be able to fully capitalize as there was no meter there. But this will count.
Super nice conversion from 4-face buttons, being able to finally get the wall break off of the far slash into the S Dolphin. It's going to be enough to get the wall spot and the kill as well.
Yeah, Herbz taking a bit of a deep breath and pulling up his chair and ready to continue on. This is, of course, first to 3, so there's plenty of games to work with. That's the beauty about Strive. It goes so fast, but at the same time, you have a lot of matches to work with.
Yeah, and you really see the tension that's building up. Just even after winning, you see 4-face buttons a little shook. Just based off of that.
Yeah, he knows that Herbz is getting ready. That was actually a great drop on the minion while still having the minion in Herbz's hands, but still getting hit by Dolphin quite often. Trying to get out of this corner has been proven difficult. Ooh, that was a great defense, minion.
Yeah, that was still active in destroying most of the minions with the 2 HP hits behind May. Going for the 6K, back dash, and the 2D! It's going to be a counter hit. This is going to carry you mostly to the corner, and you have an OP opportunity.
Great throw tech, using the purple RC to actually get enough frames back to do the throw tech.
Yeah, we see so many just vertical dolphins, S dolphins coming out as well. It's so hard to navigate that and it recovers so fast. You're going to be able to punish.
Oh, I do like the double dash, but I think that was probably an input error from Herbz. He's going to have to be back in this corner again. A throw tech, but still getting caught by the anchor.
Those are two great throw techs as well because you just see May running at you. You're like, do you want to press a button? Do you want to throw? Such a scary situation to be in. So many trades coming out as well, and finally the burst from Herbz coming out.
Yeah, this is looking really tough, but again, getting out of that button state and able to backdash. But once again, we're in this corner. This is just not the ideal place you want to be against someone like Four-Face Button, but we were going to go through Mr. The Seal through all of that. Beautiful first bait.
That was so good from Herbz. Going to be able to have this minion still resetting the pressure, and the Dolphin gets you out. Okay, hitting. Apply some staggered pressure. Oh my god.
Trying to kick the minion, but still the Dolphin's coming out through.
Ooh. You see Four-Face Button going for the backdash against the okay.
Oh, blocking the ORC, but not going to be able to punish. Won't be able to kill here. Oh, no!
Oh, no. And Herbz hitting the desk in anger. Oh, no.
I understand, though.
Yes.
I understand, because that 2D was supposed to not have been traded.
Exactly. Oh, that's such a heartbreaking moment in this set. Oh my goodness. So yeah, definitely go back to character select.
No, you got to.
Yeah.
You have to. You have to. You could tell that was like a lot of stress there. And
Yeah.
even Four-Face Buttons knows that he robbed the last part of that match there.
Yeah, the ski mask and everything. I just don't even know what to say about that. Man. What's going on? Huh? What's going on? Oh my goodness, they're hovering. He pointed, Herbz pointed at the screen. I'm not sure exactly what he's trying to point out. Maybe trying to select the song, the stage.
I bet you it is the song too, right? It's a new song and everything. So he even changed it actually.
Yeah.
He changed it to Tobacco's theme.
See, I will not doubt the power of from playing your character's song. You know, I know a lot of players that do it. One in particular is MFCR. He says once the Leo theme comes on, you know, he turns into a different beast.
It's like a power-up that you just need, right? Like, you've listened to these songs so many times, you gotta get back, like, your head back into the game, so.
Puts you in a sense of familiarity, and again, we're back to the same matchup. I'm sure both players, like you said, have played against each other so much, and you're so familiar with it.
This is a great round start, though, for Four-Face Buttons, as we're gonna hop into it. Using the 2K to stop Herbz from starting up.
Yeah, I mean, I like the minion usage there, trying to read back and jump.
Oh my gosh, the slide.
Yeah, it's going to be enough to get a pretty good combo off of this, and you're going to have enough meter. And that's going to be the wall break to death. Good stuff for Four-Face Buttons, potentially going into the last round of this set.
Herbz is struggling right now here against Four-Face Buttons, but what a 5K into that gorgeous kick. We're going to see Herbz bring out more minions and keep the pressure going. Tries to go for the close slash, but not going to be able to get it. The burst is being used from Four-Face, and now Dolphins are out.
Oh, and the 5H going to be able to get it off. Just using the Dolphins to really just maneuver around the screen and a fully charged 6H in the corner.
Ooh, what a backdash there from Herbz, and actually shimmying Four-Face into the Elysium driver.
Is this going to be enough? Okay.
This will not be enough.
I was going to be scared for a second because I know.
Oh my gosh, he tried to go for the grab, and it wasn't going to work.
So I think there actually is a combo that you're able to do there if you hit the PRC correctly.
Wow.
Nice answer back from the brink of destruction there. You were so close to losing the round for Herbz, keeping the composure and answering right back.
That was a very nice 6P. And we're playing in this full screen, but there goes the 2K, 2P into Dolphin. Herbz trying to get out of this corner once again and using the minions to start the obstacle course, and there we go, but burst is used and back to the corner you go.
Yep, and the 5H punish, it's going to be so much damage in the corner, but a nicely timed burst is going to catch the vertical Dolphin. Now you're stuck in the corner against May. What is your recourse?
Oh!
Okay, you have a hard knockdown, you have a situation here. You can now use your minions effectively. Try and start zoning.
There goes the Dolphin.
Oh no. The grab gonna seal it out. The counter hit Dolphin puts you in that staggered state, and it's enough.